Hello, everybody, and welcome to your favorite family show right here on Joy Prime. Call me Movi, and I am the motivator. Every Saturday at 7 to 8 a.m. right here on this channel, we give you advice, and we're about to do exactly that. Week in, week out, we have great segments just for your enjoyment. We inform you and we educate you and we interact with you as well. So when we activate the phone lines and our social media pages, please don't waste time. I want you to get on board and, voice out your opinions. We have Inspired by Women, where some awesome women come on board and give us some great quotes to spice up our Saturdays. We also have Home Tip, where I show you how to make, some delicious, that makes me hungry. I like food, right? Delicious recipes to try at home. And don't forget, Health Zone takes care of our health. But the main body of the show is the Today's Diary segment, where we discuss the pertinent issues that you send through to us on a weekly basis. Well, this week we have another one. And before I reveal it to you, we all have been teenagers before, haven't we? Even if you're an adult, you went through that, didn't you? So it baffles me when we don't understand teenagers. But I think teenagers are one of the most delightful people on the planet. And they possess, amazing qualities, which, in fact, makes them a little bit vulnerable, and they fall prey to some negative influences, which makes parenting a little bit difficult. Well, if you are one of those adults in that situation who cannot control their teenagers, fear not, because my awesome guest and I are about to give you some awesome advice, some skillful advice to help you nurture and raise your teenagers in this modern times. That's today on Today's Diary. Please sit back, because as you know, every single Saturday morning we start off with something energetic. And I'm excited to say that these two are the most amazing people in my life right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Azonto twins, join in.
Hello world, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Health Zone with Azonto twins, and my name is Ramsey.
And I'm Shadi.
Right, so last week we did the Afrozonto fitness, but it's more like a foreign type of dance, because Afrozonto, it's a blendation of local and international dance mixed in one workout, all right? So today we're going to do the Afro beat, Afro.
Zonto?
Yeah.
All right, so more of Azonto moves.
Right?
That's great.
And the showcase and all that.
I can't wait to
all right,
get started.
Cool. Okay, nice. So you ready? Okay, so watching us from home, you can join us by doing the same movement. All right, so nice having you. Good morning.
Waist, shoulders, head, up. Waist, shoulders, head, up. Waist, shoulders, head, up. Waist, shoulders. We're going to roll it. Squeeze your arms. Squeeze. 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 Roll. All right, let's go. And change. Let's go. Down. Down. Move your body. If you want to be flexible, let's go. Stop. 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 All right, we're still in Africa and we're still in Nigeria. Are you ready, guys? All right, stop. Afrozonto. If you want to be more flexible, Afrozonto is for you. Strictly dance workout. Are you ready, guys? Now let's go down. Stretch and touch your toes and once up. All right, let's go, Moby. Stretch up. Moby, let's go. Where are you going, Moby? Down. Stretch. Moby, it's for you. Let's go. All right, let's go. Step back. Moby, go now. Step back. Step. Go. 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 All right, let's go. You step back, chest. 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 Now, when you step, you push. 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 One more time, take it easy. Stretch, stretch. It's all dancing but working out. Trust me, 1 hour of this, you're gonna burn like 3,000 calories. And I repeat, 3,000 calories. Afrozone Fitness. 1, couple, let's go. Stop. 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 All right, working on our spine. 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 Back. Go now. Stop. Stop. Okay, the spine out to the back. We go this way. You step back, step back, step back. 1, faster, let's go, fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go now. 1, 2, 3, go now. 1, 2, all right, let's go down. You touch and up, touch, up, touch, up, touch, up, touch, up, touch, up, touch. All right, same back to the twist, let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Are you ready, guys? Go. 1, 2, go. Stop. Now stretch up, 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 up. Let's go. Up, up, up. Stretch it. Up, 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 up. Wow. Trust me, if you're flexible in your waist, it's very good for you and for your household. Trust me, it's all good. So, wow. So these are Azonto Twins on Health Zone, on Home Affairs. All right, with Moby. That's so nice. So this is Azonto Twins once again. You can follow us on Instagram, Azonto Twins GH International. On Facebook, Azonto Twins GH/UK. Yeah. And on Twitter, Azonto Twins GH. All right? Yeah. So you just log on, keep searching, and keep dancing, because dancing is life. All right? Are you ready, guys? We'd love to see you most often. So hope to see you in the next episode with Moby.
These guys have been amazing. And indeed they were, and I hope you participated in that. Don't just watch us do it every morning to sweat. Participate, do something, move your body, please, okay? But the good news is we are streaming live on Facebook right now, so make sure you are checking us out on Facebook, Joy Prime. I mean, we keep getting better and better, don't we? Just for you, you know? Anyway, we're moving on to the other part of the health zone, and this is where a doctor comes to educate us about some of the, illnesses that we don't really hear a lot of. And we are going to learn about respiratory tract infections today. And Dr. Inkum of the Inkum Hospital is here on your screens. Please listen and apply.
Okay, viewers, today we are talking about respiratory tract infections. Respiratory tract infections are infections of the respiratory system, starting from our nostrils or our noses to our lungs. There are two types of respiratory tract infections. We have upper respiratory tract infections and lower respiratory tract infections. The upper respiratory tract infections occur from our nostrils to our larynx. That is the area where our voice comes from, our voice box. Any infection lower than our larynx is a lower respiratory tract infection. It can be caused by bacteria, viruses, and sometimes fungi. But the commonest, especially the upper respiratory tract infections, are commonly caused by viruses. The common one being the common cold, or what people call flu. These are very common infections. In fact, in most districts in Ghana and nationally, respiratory tract infection it's most of the time about the third common disease that take people to the hospital, or even if you are talking about causes of death in the various districts of the country, respiratory tract infection comes probably the third or second, depending on where you are. In some settings, you can have as much as 40% of the people who attend the clinic having respiratory tract infections. In other settings, it can be about 10% or 5 or 6%. There are certain risk factors that predispose people to having respiratory tract infections. These include children below the age of 5 years, people who are in the elderly group above 65 years, people who have immune suppression or whose immunities have been reduced as a result of either cancers or diseases like HIV, or being on certain drugs like what we call steroids for prolonged period, people who are malnourished, who are not eating well or having adequate amount of various nutrients, and people who have allergies to things that are inhaled are at a high risk of getting these infections. Asthmatics, people who have heart disease, people who have leukemias, blood cancers, they are all at high risk of getting respiratory tract infections. It presents usually with a cough, and for the upper respiratory tract infection, most of the time it will come with a nasal discharge, a throat pain or swelling, cough, and sometimes fever or high temperature. For the lower respiratory tract infection, it presents with fever, cough, some chest pain, sometimes difficulty in breathing, and what we call wheezing. That is very common in asthmatics. In terms of the management for upper respiratory tract infection, at home, what you can do is to try and take in a lot of fluids, take some vitamin C rich fruits like oranges, pineapple, watermelon, or their juices, do a little bit of some steam inhalation, and take a rest. And most of the time, these upper respiratory tract infections, they go away within 5 to 7 days. However, for the lower respiratory tract infections, they can be very serious. They can develop into what we call a pneumonia, or sometimes if it's unattended to, it can develop into abscess formation in your lungs. Don't forget, a disease like tuberculosis is also considered as a respiratory tract infection if it is in the lungs. Tuberculosis can be in other parts of the body, but if it's in the lungs, it's also considered as a lower respiratory tract infection. And so these lower respiratory tract infections must be attended to at the hospital level. However, if you are at home and you have fever, you can take paracetamol or ibuprofen to try and suppress the fever. But if you're an asthmatic, you cannot take ibuprofen because it can induce your asthma. And then if it's a lower respiratory tract infection, you must report to the nearest hospital facility. If it's upper respiratory tract infection, within 5 to 7 days, you are still struggling with the disease, it's advisable to go to the hospital because bacterial infection can take over from the initial virus infection. In terms of complications, these respiratory tract infections, because they can induce fever, can make children have convulsions because of the fever. It may lead to complicated pneumonia that may cause lung destruction and death. It may lead to abscess formation in your lungs. Sometimes it may even lead to heart failure, and especially if the person has heart valve problems, it can lead to very complicated heart conditions. They can easily be prevented. Those of us, and I skipped how we acquire. We acquire it by inhalation of the organisms, either the bacteria or the viruses, through our airways. But there is another risk. When people cough or sneeze and they don't cover their mouths or cover their nostrils and they expel the droplets, that is what predisposes us to getting this infection. Also, when they pick their noses, clean their nostrils, and hold door frames, door handles, chairs, and things without washing their hands, and we also go and touch them, we also stand a risk of getting the infection. So, to prevent it, the best way is if you have upper respiratory tract infection, please keep washing your hands very often. Make sure when you're coughing, you're covering your mouth and your nostrils, and especially when you're in confined and enclosed environments, it's risky. You are going to transmit it to people, so the place must be a bit aerated. There are certain myths about upper respiratory about respiratory tract infections that when you have it, you should. Some people claim that you should not take any food, because when you take food, you feed the organisms and they get worse. No, that is the time that you should rather eat a lot to bring up your immunity to be able to fight the disease. People also think that some of them are not transmissible. You know, it's because they did something that they have that infection. No, it's a highly infectious disease, and therefore anybody who comes into contact with anybody who have those diseases can have it. So in a nutshell, this is respiratory tract infection.
So there you have it, all the information that you need. But don't forget, today we're talking parent-teen relationships. And remember that, you know, most of the issues that they face in the process of, you know, transitioning to adulthood is very essential to, you know, their growth into puberty. And we need all hands on deck. So please don't leave your teen out. Today, my guest and I are going to give you, like I said, some tips on how to make that relationship easier. Please stay right where you are, because I'm still on there. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back, everybody. If you just joined, well, you are right on time. Today's diary is about to hit your screens, and I always do have some, I'm just speechless, because the people who come on the show, they just blow me away every single time, and it keeps getting better and better. So many thanks to the producer for hooking that up, Mami Ajwa. Well done. And today is no different. I have just the perfect two to educate us on parent-teen relationships. So when we activate the phone lines, I want to hear from you. Please don't bottle it inside. Sharing is caring, and you could be saving someone's, you know, relationship with your mom or their teen. So please, let's all get on board. Before we get into it, however, let's learn a few things about my awesome guests. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady is making headlines. She's like a headliner. You know, she makes the tabloids interesting. She has one of the best shows in the country. She's gorgeous, she's intelligent, and most especially, she's sexy. Yes, Obada. Now, if you know that show, then you know who's in charge of that. I have the host of Obada now right here in my studios. I'm starstruck. So please help me welcome Mamedu Chumwa. Welcome to the show. I should have drums here, you know, when people like you come, we just roll. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And
you look amazing.
Thank you.
Do you look like this every morning, like Saturday mornings? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Thank you.
I thought it was just for me, but I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
How's the show going?
Good. Good and romantic and sexy.
I know. You're the sexiest woman in Ghana.
Yeah. You know something? People think I'm an old woman.
Really?
Like 70.
Why?
When they hear my voice on radio, but I'm young.
You're a young girl, you know, energetic.
Thank you. Thank
right?
you. Thank you.
And how long have you been doing the show?
Almost 10 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you have a teenage,
Yes.
is it boy or girl?
Girl.
How is she taking your profession? What does she think?
You know one thing, she wants to be like me.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised because
She
you're
wants to be
amazing.
like me.
That's awesome.
So every day she said, Mommy, I want to be like you.
Oh.
I said, no, I want you to be a lawyer. I said, no, I will be a journalist like you.
Wow.
A broadcaster like you.
So do you take her along sometimes?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. And she listens to all the sexy, explicit.
No. I take her, not on my show, but I
Oh,
different shows, daytime. And I take her out to meet my friends in the media, to mingle with them, to know one or two things. Yeah, that's what I do for. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So I'm sorry that I'm, you know, like asking too many questions. Are you married?
Yeah, I was, but I know. Now I'm not married.
So are you divorced?
Divorced, then break up.
Oh.
Now I'm single.
Mom, adding.
Oh, application for
you better see me.
Yeah,
I see me in Chambers.
Yeah, they should see you in Chambers.
Wow. Yeah. I think you're going to get one.
Sorry?
You're going to get one today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be happy for that.
So be ready to go wedding shopping and all of that.
I'm ever ready. I'm ever ready this morning.
Oh, thank you so much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, my second guest. Now, I think he's the kindest person on earth because he's giving up a lot to be in Ghana. You know, we are blessed to have someone like this in our midst. He is running from Aflao to Accra for a good cause. He's raising awareness about burns. And I think this is something that not even us, you know, the media people, we are not even creating awareness about these things that are, you know, can happen to anybody. So please, I wish you would stand up from your beds and your chairs and wherever you are, give a standing ovation to the amazing Mr. Kwame Anani Crane. Thank you so much for coming. Another drum roll. Yay! Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. First of all, I just want to say that I am not the kindest person.
No, I think you are.
And then there's this lady who goes to Kolebu every Saturday with a basket of fruits that she goes around just to give people. You know, as a nation, Movi, we are really nice people. Really nice.
Yeah.
Look at us. Every Sunday we go to church, we do donations, but we're very passive in terms of our kindness and generosity.
Yeah.
And that's why when some of us are very active, people think we are the kindest people.
Right.
I don't think we are. We're just out there.
You're just modest. I'll allow you, only today though. But how are you finding Ghana?
I'm well. I've lived here for a long time, so I'm...
You're used to it?
Yes, I'm used to it.
You're used to all our little, you know, bad traits like not keeping time.
It's
and
fine.
It's fine? Don't say
it
that.
makes all of us, apart from you who keeps time and come here on... what time do you start every morning anyway, this show?
I wake up at 3, but it starts at 7,
no, I was
obviously.
still sleeping then.
No, wow, sleepyhead.
So
are you in a relationship? Are you married?
Yes, I've got a woman in my life.
Right.
Really nice
are you
woman.
married?
No.
Okay.
No.
How long have you been dating her?
No, I didn't know I was going to be asking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did it to her. I can't possibly not do it to you.
No, not very long at all.
Okay.
Yes, good.
And you have a child together?
Yes, I have a son.
You have a son?
Yes.
How old?
He's very young. He's only about 13 months.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes.
What's his name?
Leo.
Wow. Lion.
Yes.
That's great.
Lion child.
Oh, yeah. So what do you like to do in your spare time?
I do a lot of sports. I like physical activity. I've always liked that, you know, even as a kid and growing up as a teenager, the things that kept me on the straight and narrow was activity like that.
Right.
I really like to move, you know. So
you were boisterous, basically. Like.
No, I think so. and my secondary school also helped me become really crazy. So,
oh, really?
Yes.
What did they allow you to do?
Freedom.
Wow.
Freedom.
Where was that?
Accra Academy.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Hey, Accra boys are bad.
You see, you went for badness. I was talking about freedom of expression.
Well, this is all good. Thank you so much for
Nice
coming,
one,
though.
nice one.
And we're talking about parent-teen relationships. Now, a lot of adults act like they've never been teenagers before. You know, they talk. I think we talk at children rather than talking to them or, you know, like engaging them in a conversation. How can people, like, refrain from acting bossy? Like, you know, I'm the old person. Listen to me. You know, mommy, how do we do that? How can we let teenagers feel loved and appreciated?
Thank you. As a woman or a mother to a teenage child, I'll use mine as an example.
Please.
My girl is 14 years.
Wow.
Is it? I'll go a little bit chill in English.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good.
I'll translate.
Good. You know, my girl is 14. So, I'm friendly to that stage now. The things they are the
The queens
yeah,
of the world.
The queens or the kings in the world. So anything that they want, they do. They do anything that they want. But as a mother, staying with a teen child, you have to be lovely,
Yeah.
caring.
Yeah.
You have to understand the child. Anything that he or she says, you have to understand her. Don't be like, no, I'm the mother, I'm the father, so you have to listen to me. Command.
Yes.
No, you shouldn't. That time, no, Abofano Onyini.
Right.
She's
She's
speaking
growing.
yes, she's growing, so she's speaking certain things. She goes to school, she goes to church, she has friends in house. She's picking picking certain characters from school, church, anywhere in the area, home. So as a mother, you have to calm down for her or him. Be lovely. Understand him or her.
Right.
Don't be so strict on her. So we say the child will be free. Say if he or she is having any problem, he or she will discuss it with you.
Right.
Ebanisana, we close to him, close to her.
Right.
So bibi hano, and also or pick any character out there or from school. She will tell you, Mommy, this is what I've experienced at school. Is it good? Normally my girl, Angela, she normally tells me, say, Angela has become someone who liked friends of late. So the other time I was chatting with her and I said, Angela, do you see me? Say me wonderful force. No, Mommy, you don't have friends. And I asked her, why do you have so many friends? She told me,
Madam Popular, eh?
Yeah, she wants to be popular, even popular than me myself. She told me, I think, say, if you have more friends, you know more. They will teach you so many things in life. And I said, no, it's wrong. And we say what's now was say. Now fear life near dear because we are showing yamesom. She said the fear. So don't go out there and pick different character there. If you pick any character out there, it will confuse you.
Right.
That thing tends to be peer pressure.
Right.
Peer pressure on the
teenager.
Good. So as a parent or a mother, you have to get closer to your child or your son or yeah. Say bani say uhuni say akra no nyini say no ufu say uja na live amana no it will not help you.
Right.
E bani say na ebedu baby ube say akra no say be or pro or say he or she is spoiling. That time now where say uhuni say or say na you come in to change things no. By the time you realize no na an emergency it's so
gosh.
late. So this time no say the question now obusam no the question that you ask me no. As a mother, you have to get closer to your son or your daughter.
Right.
Be friend with her. Maninya your best friend.
Right.
Let your
but
son.
Some of them say, "Oh, you're my mother. You're not my friend."
No. It depends how you go about things. It depends. So you have to get closer before this thing happen. From the childhood, no. Send her now related to the child.
Right.
How do you relate to the child when she was a little boy or a little girl before?
So it shouldn't stop.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we discover, the root cause of bad behavior? Like Mami was saying, they pick all kinds of different, personalities, traits and all of that from other people. How do you discover that, okay, this is it, or this is the person responsible for my child's bad behavior?
First of all, I want to say that it's a shocking time for the parent and then the kid as well. Remember that as a parent, for a long time, you're used to a very young kid obeying everything that you say.
Right.
And then suddenly, they've experienced new things and they want to try a new world. But biologically, nature made it so. Because we are getting older now before we get married.
Right.
Years ago, maybe about 200, 300 years ago, after teenage times, when you are a full-blown woman, suddenly you have to get married and have your own family. So that sense of freedom that we don't like now was important then. Because if you were 13 and somebody had already paid for your bride price when you were 2 years old.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, it used to happen. I mean, things are changing now. But that's how biologically...
But would you say that's better than what we're doing now?
I'm not comparing. I'm just saying what we are as humans has been a process of biological kind of change for a period of time. So it's a shock for the parents that the guy is no longer listening the way they used to. But it's not actually that bad. I think, as Nadia was saying, I think they need a lot of freedom. Freedom, but you monitor it.
Right.
Because at that period, they're looking for their own identity, you know, their own sense of acceptance.
Yes.
You know, for example, she's suddenly on a lot of chats on phone when she didn't used to. Because her friends are on there, and she has to be on there to be accepted on Monday morning in school. You know, all of us have done that before.
So get interactive with them with all the gossip that's going on there before they meet.
Yeah, I think we're just jealous that in our time we didn't have mobile phones, and now they have mobile phones.
No, they were yams.
Yeah, they were yams.
Really big yams.
But we all did things at our time that our parents thought, wow, Nanaju, I can't believe you're doing this. In my days, I wasn't like this, you know. But it's all the sense of freedom because, listen, after that teenage time, they become adults.
Yes.
It's that time of experimentation, trying new things to find out who they truly are.
Right.
You know? And I think we can manage that. And we should stop trying to make them like us.
Yes.
Because they will not be like us. That's the point.
Yes.
If your kid is exactly like you, they have to have their own personality. So this is where I will be on the other side of the argument from Najwa. Sorry. I'll be on the other side because I believe in the freedom for people to find themselves. As a kid in my household, I had so much freedom to choose, to think differently.
Wow.
You know? So the average thoughts that you have here as a social person in Ghana, I don't believe the same things. I chose myself to do things that are very different.
Right.
And people allow me to. I'm not in someone prison, you know, but I learned through that.
Right.
And I think as long as we're managing them, they'll find their own feet.
Right. Now, what's this with, I was there when I was a teenager. I went through a whole phase of, you know, changing the way I dress. My fashion sense was different every year. Sometimes I wanted to be tomboyish and wear the Timberland boots and you thought I wasn't born like this. You know, it took a long time to get here. So why can't we accept their style sense? Is there something
because
wrong?
It's culture. We're used to that, and we feel threatened by things that are new. So you know your kid for a long time, and suddenly she's become gothic. She's wearing black clothing. You know, she shaved her hair. She's got this Mohican on, and you don't know what's happening. The truth is, all of us look back at photographs when we're young people. And at the time, we thought we were very cool. And we look back and we smile. And we don't want to go back there again. Because it's part of growing up. Honestly, it's part of growing up. And we should, I don't know, I don't have a teenage kid yet, but I've been a teenager. I can talk about my experiences. And that's very, very important.
Did you go through that?
I went through everything.
So what were you into?
Well, I liked a lot of, for example, I was a huge Obrafo fan, and I loved the guy to a point where I was disturbing people in the house with Obrafo stuff, you know? And I am still a huge, huge fan.
Really?
I love music, I wore funny clothing, and now, look at me now, you know?
Right.
But it's all part of growing. How could you then hopefully talk truthfully to your son or daughter if you never had a chance to experience this very important part of life? It's the most beautiful part of life for me.
Right.
Where you move from being a very quiet, okay, mom, I'll do mom, to beginning to think for yourself. What do I want to do? Who am I? It's a beautiful time.
It is.
It's a beautiful time.
Wow. So when it gets to like trying to distinguish between their emotions and the way, you know, their psychological thinking and all of that. How they express themselves. How do you think parents can help them a bit better? Because sometimes I feel like they don't know how to handle the hormones echo through change, you know. They can't handle it. And see, how can parents help them to come out?
In terms of their dressing?
Their emotions, how to express themselves. You know, sometimes you ask her a question like Esther was saying, anything she says is, whatever, mom, you know, whereas we can teach her how to say something, even if she's sad. I mean, she has rights to be sad, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So even if she's sad, how should she express that sadness without being rude?
Okay. Thank you. First of all, when I was talking, I said that you have to get closer to her. Say, who gets closer to her? And I said, if your life be man or Kobe be man, or to me catch up, I was all back down.
Right.
But for mano, you are the mother. Good. But it shouldn't be like, say, it was all costro, mano, bibisa. No. Or want a life.
Right.
Or make it. That teen time, no. Makomu that is said, na kwame ekano. He na your room. If say, yeah, let's take it like, we don't have teen daughters and teen sons now. Yakomuda.
We all have them, yeah.
That time, Mami used to myself an example. That time, no, make me come not or no cancer or not or your obra for fun. Me not me yet teenager, me at a time, but me pay you.
Ish, America.
Wallentin boots. Now, me drive car, I mean, no, me trim. Look at this, me drive up Miami chewing. Bibi style be na ma cheche me tire I can say oba baggy but if you see me you think this is it a woman or a man. I was a footballer.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. It's now your fit, sir.
Good, thank you. Me the life I say my life in my whole life I like being with men, guys. I don't like mingle with ladies. I come here. Yeah. To your question, I would say, no, look at me. For me, if I have a problem, if I want to say something or discuss something with my mom or my parents, look, so as a mother, no, you have to know, baby,
right.
The points are all.
So because they see you in the baggy clothes and crying, like, she's angry with you because of the way, so she won't even listen to you.
But also what's my say, says Anna Metier. And I'm me the type of me pay myself up to date. But you see me in that clothes and that thing. Kwame says something, see him in big clothes. You think that he's a bad person. No, that doesn't mean that he's a bad boy or bad teenage guy. No.
It's
but
just
now look
preference.
Good. Look at him. That time near time akolano making the life out. Ube the real nipa or yeah.
Or explore. Right? Yeah.
That thing, and now be who nipa obey.
Right.
Because me that time no, and now me parents discover nipa me.
But you're not in baggy clothes now.
No.
Hey, look at how tight your jeans are.
You see, I know what do and all my friends or my mates are almost to say, I'm in the media doing this, and you're almost shocked.
Right.
They are not shocked.
Right.
So, from to your question, as a mother, you have to come closer to your boy or your girl. So our problem be and yes outside to discuss with friends. And yes obey your bad influence.
Right.
Also get it closer.
I like that. Well, you haven't heard what a problem is, have you? So let's show you the preamble and hear what Esther has to say. That's huh?
Oh, audio. There's nobody there.
Oh, are you serious? So nobody is seeing that. Personalities and interests. My angels used to be so sweet, but now they've changed drastically. I'm trying hard to know them, but they keep shoving my efforts down my own throat. I may sound like an evil mom, but I can't stand these girls. I've had enough of the attitude. They roll their eyes, kiss their teeth, and say, "Whatever, Mom," to everything I say. My husband and I are from good homes, and we try to instill good morals in our home. Is there anything I can do to reverse this obnoxious behavior my teens are exhibiting? Oh, please advise me. Esther. Today's diary. Movi. I'm a mother of 3 teenage girls and I'm struggling to know their personalities and interests. My angels used to be so sweet, but now they've changed drastically. I'm trying hard to know them, but they keep shoving my efforts down my own throat. I may sound like an evil mom, but I can't stand these girls. I've had enough of the attitude. They roll their eyes, kiss their teeth, and say, "Whatever, Mom," to
everything I say. My husband and I are from good homes, and we try to instill good morals in our home. Is there anything I can do to reverse this obnoxious behavior my teens are exhibiting? Oh, please advise me. Esther.
Okay, so that's what Abba has to say. Abba Esther, please. Everybody has a Christian name, right? I know her by a Christian name. Anyway, call me Movi the Motivator, and you're still watching Home Affairs, but we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we want to know how well you know your teen. Back in a bit. Welcome back. I'm telling you, backstage, I mean, like, you know, it's even more interesting than what we give to you guys. But we're activating the phone lines right now. If you just tuned in, I have some very great personalities in my studios. I have Mamiedu Chomwa, host of Obadana, the sexy, and she does all those noises. I'm like, hey, this woman. Today I've seen her. She's here in my studios. I also have Mr. Kwame Anani Crane, who is doing some awesome things about burns. So he's going to tell you that a little bit of that when we're, you know, closing. But the phone lines are open. 0302-211-70124 is the number. Many thanks to GTP New Style. I love my fabric, and Barbara Johnson brought it back to life. So thank you so much. I feel like popping my collar. I don't know. I feel so cool. Many thanks to Elite Hair Studios for my hair and nails. I don't have any, but it is styled. All right, so check her out, and she'll give you just the perfect hairstyle for your face. Okay, so now the most important thing about a teenager, at that time, a lot of parents are concerned. I don't know why we're always so concerned about whether they're having sex, or they're talking about it, or they know their own sexual preferences, or they're experimenting. You know, we can't tell. But many parents put pressure on a teenager, especially when she dresses a little bit sexy. It's like, oh, she's broken her virginity. So, Mommy, I mean, how does that, you know, how do we deal with a parent who is not very, how do I put it? A difficult parent. She confronts, but is judging you right away. On trying my own man answer and say, oh, I'm not having sex. Yeah. But say we'll having sex. No. Exactly. And see, how do you deal with that?
Thank you. For that.
Yeah.
No.
You're the expert in this field. Okay, think about it. We have Janet on the line. Janet. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Hello, Janet, please turn off your TV if you can.
Okay.
Thank you, sweetie. Okay? It's better now. Thank you. Good morning.
Morning. How are you, Morning?
Oh, I'm blessed, sweetheart. How are you?
I love your show.
Thank you so much.
And today I love the topic. Because even me, I'm a teenager.
Oh.
I'm 17.
You are?
And you know,
she sounds so mature.
I'm not living with my mom because my mom passed away. Let's say around 10 years now. I'm just living with my dad.
Oh.
And you know how my dad behaves? He doesn't even talk to you. He just go out, come in, he just put the money there, pay your school fees. But sometimes you want to, if you will be saying, hey, you're having an affair with this one, you go out, you don't come.
He's not even there, so how does he know what you're doing?
But he's trying to pressure you as if he's.
And that's how Papa the tag at also.
I'm telling you, my dad is like a soldier man. He doesn't make me feel like he's my father or something. He just pressures me as if I'm a student or something. So if you have a parent like this, how can you relate to them?
Right.
You just
oh, Janet. Hello.
So maybe the mother doesn't know how to talk to his kid. That's why the kid doesn't even tell his mother his problem.
Right. So Janet,
the parents have to try.
Janet.
Try. Hello.
Yeah, your dad is always confronting you about having affairs and stuff like that. Are you a virgin?
I'm not.
Are you a virgin?
No, I'm not.
So your dad is right then.
Maybe.
You see?
It's
You
not my fault.
see?
It's not my
What happened? Why did you, do it?
Because I don't have anyone to talk to. I'm always alone. And he doesn't even allow me go to where my family's parents are.
I just
So
want to
they
hug
are
you
far,
right
they are
now.
like that. I'm even tired.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you're going through that. But you know what? To be a better person in the future, you're going to be an adult very soon. Please make the right choices. Don't do things because you're not getting something. Okay? That's how addiction starts. I know people say, oh, addiction is when you get addicted to something bad. But the thing that you're addicted to makes you feel good. And that's why you do that thing that you do. So people should rather fill that gap, that void, so that you don't have to fall on, something to get that happiness. You know what I mean? So parents, if you think that your child is addicted to drugs because it's bad, or to boys or girls, you're wrong. Those boys and girls and drugs are making her feel good. So if you want to stop that addiction, you have to be the substance that she uses as her, filler, her void filler. So instead of falling on the drugs, she'll come to you to talk to you. I'm so saddened that, Janet popped her cherry. But anyway.
I disagree with you, though.
Why?
I mean, it's a choice.
Did you hear what she said?
What does the law say?
Yeah, but she said she did it because her dad is not there.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe she's giving a very politically correct answer.
Oh, come on. I don't think my viewers lied to me. But back to the question.
No. No.
Kwame's like, no.
This one for Kwame.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
When the lady was talking, she said, there's no one to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
This time, I told you, as a woman or a mother, a parent, you have to get closer to your child.
Yeah.
I say, why are you here? Ni parents, ni father, as far as say, why are you allowed to say? So wakoye, but no one knows. By onye you know, not they think say why.
Oh.
As a teenager, me child kwaya me me ba no faso. Edu time I say akwani do that stage now or pick life be. Or no any mode in a life. It's in edu sana was onya mo kire man. O perform. Kire ni say way away. What you say?
So how did you talk about, sex with your Angela? How did you explain it to her?
Me explain it to her as Angela. You know, a man and a woman, they sleep, they go to bed, they sleep together.
Well, look at you.
No. I didn't say. I'm
my first version of Ubara now.
Good. I didn't say. Sadia come No. I didn't say. This is morning.
Yeah.
We are not in the night.
Exactly.
I told Angela, oh, boyfriend. Do you have a boyfriend? Angela said, mapa. Then I say, hey, you know it. Angela, you know what is boyfriend. Do you have a guy who normally you go to him, you talk? I know you are growing. Now you are 14. Oh boy. Oh, mommy, wonderful full baby, but I don't have a boyfriend. And I'm saying, specify.
I have friends who are boys.
Yeah, I have. But when she said that, maybe you're the type of me pay and me grow, but me me myself.
Yeah.
But you think that I like mingle with guys, so you may think that me pay me myself. No.
Right.
As I'm sitting here, I'm not dating.
Right.
I'm single.
And it's your choice.
Yeah, it's my choice. I'm not dating.
We have somebody else on the line from Takoradi. Oh, we lost them. Yeah.
So I told Angela, oh boy, and any problem. Opa mami. Make sure so be shown who
right.
Se be man no compare na mo have sex. My introduce you CD to her. Some CD yeah.
What? Like CD. Pornography?
No, CD. Protect
yourself.
Right,
condoms.
Good. Me say I'm not power.
I thought it was Christian Dior.
Second, I do the Akamekono. Said you also me corner. Make sure, Angela. Anytime you do this, make sure you protect yourself.
Right.
But make sure say unye.
Right.
Because you've been brought out from a good home and a Christian home.
So abstinence is the key.
Good. But anything can happen.
Right.
Good.
Okay, we're gonna take home tip, and when we come back, we're gonna wrap it all up.
Bonjour. Today on Home Tip, I'm going to show you how to make a very popular Francophone dish called couscous salad. Your ingredients are 1 cup of couscous, 1.5 cups of hot vegetable stock made from a stock cube, 1 red pepper or half teaspoon chili powder, 2 tablespoons pesto, a handful of finely chopped parsley, a half thinly sliced strips of cucumber, a half grated red onion, 3 tablespoons of zested and juiced lemon, a 1/4 cup extra virgin olive oil, 1 tablespoon warmed honey syrup, half teaspoon ground cumin, 3 tablespoons toasted pine nuts, 3 ounces of feta cheese, only optional, and your salt and pepper to taste. Let's get started. Put the couscous in a large bowl and pour the hot vegetable stock over it. Cover with a lid or a plate and set aside for about 6 minutes. Then remove the lid and fluff with the fork. Now toss the finely chopped herbs with the couscous, as well as the sliced cucumbers, onions, and lemon zest. In another bowl, whisk together the lemon juice, olive oil, honey, chili powder, and cumin. Then toss this dressing with the couscous. Stir in the pine nuts and crumble the feta cheese and stir it in as well. Now season with salt and pepper to your preferred taste. Serve immediately, or you can refrigerate until ready to serve. Leftovers can be stored in a covered container for up to 5 whole days. Votre délicieuse salade de couscous est prêt. Profitez tout le monde. Au revoir.
Okay, unfortunately, we have to wrap it up. And Mami Educhumwa says, no, the show is too short. You guys, you have a good thing, so more time. Educhumwa, thanks for signing that.
Thank you.
But before we go, our last, our closing remarks about teenagers. I mean, adults say, you're 17, act your age, act like an adult. But you're 17, you can't date.
No.
So what are we saying to these kids?
Well, everything that I wanted to say is what Nana Educhumwa has said, and it's brilliant. So I'm not going to talk about that anymore. And just let them live, monitor them, support them, be their friends, and they will grow out to be amazing people.
Yeah.
And just quickly, before I go, tomorrow morning.
Right, yes, please.
Yes,
your
yes.
thing.
I start my big charity run from a flower border to Accra.
Wow.
Yes, it's going to take me 2 weeks of running every day for the Kolebu Bench Unit.
Wow.
So if you're a teenager out there watching the show, or you're a parent and you want something interesting, and you're on Twitter, please follow us on at Crane Appeal, at Crane Appeal. So CRANE Appeal, APPEAL. And then we give you daily updates as where we are, what we're doing. And it'll be interesting in a few weeks. And people can also join us.
Oh, to run?
Join us and run a few kilometers if you've got the time.
Is it like a sponsored run or?
Well, you can make it sponsored with your friends and whatever it is. But I'm doing this for awareness for the Kolebu Bench Unit.
Oh, that's so
great. Thank you for having me on the show.
I told you.
I've really enjoyed
Superman.
Not really.
Thank
I haven't
you
even
so
done
much.
it yet. So let me finish.
It's going to happen tomorrow.
And then you
Don't
can
worry.
tell me about that.
And come back and tell us how
I will
it went,
love
please.
to. I will love to.
Love to hear that.
I'd love to.
Mami Educhumwa, your closing remarks, final words.
Yeah, as I was saying, as a parent, you have to go get close to your child. So they be obitimi kind of problems.
Right.
How be a hand be a so only be ma crack or dana what try what test at the dead no. Obitimi catch was a mommy. I have tried it. It was good. Now what guide because I could ni or no picking a life. Now we're supporting. Said they kwame kind.
Right.
Yen support him. My any be like I'm the mother, I'm the father. So I have to strict. No.
Right.
So yes, Anna. I can't pick something from outside friends. Not put in a bad life and other stuff. So please, if you are a mother or a father watching this show, make sure you learn something.
Right.
Be close to your teen children.
Thank you. You guys have been amazing. But like they've all said, you have to be responsible as the adult and give them the, necessary trainings and be their friend, be a guide, be their role model. Be that person they can fall back on for support. Many thanks to GTP New Style for my fabric. Many thanks to Barbara Johnson for designing my outfit. I love it, Bob. Thank you so much. Her number is always scrolling on the, screen, so make sure you're calling her for your special events. To Elite Hair Studios for my hair and nails on a weekly basis. I bow to you. Eno, thank you so much. One of the best women I know in my life. I love you so much. And to Portia, my best friend, belated birthday wishes to you, sweetie. I love you. To my mom, to my auntie who just arrived. Welcome home, Auntie Bobs. I love you guys so much. Until next time, call me Movi. Have a wonderful day and Godspeed. Shalom.
Inspired by women. At the end of the day, the most overwhelming key to a child's success is the positive involvement of parents. A quote by Jane D. Hall.